Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Homestead-Miami Speedway here in South Florida. We are south of the Daytona International Speedway this week for the season opening clash. The first ever clash here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, but Urbane in the 20, after turning a 32.11 in practice, was granted the pole for this race as the heat races and last chance qualifiers were rained out yesterday. The top 23 in practice were put into this main event, and Urbane is looking to become the first driver to win the clash at 3 different tracks and the first driver to get 4 clash victories. He's only not won the clash one season, and that was in the 2021 season. So we got 67 laps to run here, and let's jump right in. Pace car is off. Off turn 4 comes the 20. And he's on, Urbane's on the inside, Ryan Blaney's on the outside, green flag, and the Busch Light clash is underway. Blaney jumps out to the lead here, along with BJ McLeod to his outside, but the 20 crosses him over on the high side and takes the lead. Off at 2, gonna tap that wall a little bit. Blaney's gonna get the lead right back for the time being. Ooh, contact between Blaney and the 20, gotta be careful there. Crossover move though. Entering turn 3, and the 20 clears this time, and he is going to lead lap 1. So this race is 2 hours late getting started because, well, just like yesterday during the heat races and last chance qualifiers, which were supposed to happen, there was a shower on the track which canceled those, so that's why the top 23 in practice were the cars that were put into the main event here tonight. And the 20 crew was fastest in practice, so they got the pole. And that was that. But we got, like we said, we got 67 laps, 2 already completed here. Now, just in case rain does come back into the area, halfway of 67 laps will be 33 laps. So after we complete 33 laps, the race is official, essentially, if the rain should come back. Right now, it looks clear. We were supposed to start this at 8 p.m., but again, the rain fell. It stopped raining around 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, they got the jet dryers out there to dry the track, and we just now went green. It was a long off-season. The last time these drivers touched the gas pedal of their cars was at championship weekend, Memorial Day weekend, back in May. And these drivers said it feels good to be back. They were on the track turning laps on Friday, early Saturday morning for practice and qualifying for the heat races, which ended up getting rained out. And they said it feels good to be back on the track. Now, here at Homestead-Miami, if you pit, you have to use the access road to get on and off pit road. And you are not allowed to jump back onto the track until the back straightaway. So you see right there in turn 3 is the entrance to that access road to pit road. You have to use that all the way around. And then you go all the way back around here, and down in turn 1 is where the access road starts for the exit. You have to use it. You can't jump out and go below go on the apron to get back on the track. That is a pass-through penalty. So at all times, you must use the access road. Like we said, we're in South Florida this week, and then we're in Northern Florida at Daytona International Speedway this Thursday through Sunday. Now, it looks like weather might be a factor there, and we might have to delay season openers a week. we'll continue to monitor the weather, and we will know if we'll be racing or not. And even if we have to just find a time frame to get the race going and maybe get it to halfway at least, then we can do that. Halfway or the end of stage 2 is how the regular season works when there is stages. As we're coming to 59 laps to go already. It's a short race here in the Clash. It's only 67 laps. Normally 267 laps would be the number of laps ran at this track. That will be the number of laps ran at the playoff race. But since it's the season opening exhibition race, it is 25% of the normal race, which is 67 laps. The All-Star race will be 50%, which is at Richmond this year, as Urban will look to win the All-Star race at at 2 different tracks, because he didn't win his first season. He's won it the last 3 seasons at Las Vegas, though. But he's looking to become the first driver to win that at multiple tracks as well. But it's at Richmond this year, and Richmond is 50% of what it normally is, so it's normally 400 laps. So it'll be a 200-lap All-Star race. And this season, trying something new. No stages in that race. So you'll have to strategize your fuel well. It's pretty much just like how NASCAR used to be. You used to go green on lap 1, and you wouldn't stop until lap 400. But now that they implemented stages, which I believe was 2017, yeah, it was 2017. What the heck? My screen just went black for a minute. That's weird. But anyway, they implemented them, and honestly, most NASCAR fans, you know, from around my time when I was a little boy, back when stages didn't exist, they don't really like that. I personally like it. I think it gives the cars a chance to cool off for a minute. You know, because like you're talking like South Florida here, it's a lot for a car to go 267 laps non-stop. But it's a little different if you throw a green and white checkered flag after 80 laps, and you know, you give the car a number of laps to cool off, get pit stops done, and it honestly works. It's, you know, it's not the worst thing ever, but you know, everyone has their own opinion on it. But anyways, the season opening Clash never has stages in it, and this will be the first season the All-Star race will not have stages in it either. So just so you know, yes, there are cautions in the Busch Light Clash, so if somebody was to get turned around here or crash or something like that, there will be a caution. And that is just for any new fans that are here. It's no different than a regular season race, except it's not for points, and it's only 25% of the normal 267 laps here. So essentially, you just take 200 laps off. And like we mentioned, the next time we will come here to Homestead will be for the playoffs. So after tonight, it's going to be a long road ahead before we come back here. We're going to be in and out of Florida a bunch of times this season. We're going to open up our season. We open up our season tonight with the Clash here in South Florida. We're going to go to Northern Florida tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week for the season opener at Daytona 500 week, and then we're going to come back to Florida, race number 17, I believe it is, for another race at Daytona. Then race 26, we'll come back to Daytona again for the regular season finale. And then we're going to come back to Florida again for a playoff race, that time at Homestead-Miami Speedway. So we're in and out of Florida 5 times this season. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that for you.
Got one left. Clear, clear, clear.
Also, Urbane has hired a crew chief this season. That is who you hear in the background. You will more than likely hear him every race this season. At least for the Cup Series.
Car right. Clear, clear.
Look at that. Urbane looks to lap his teammate slash driver, Denny Hamlin, and he's gonna lap him on the high side, and he's better off staying high there to get around Bubba Wallace and Brad Keselowski as well. Nope, he's gonna cross over Brad and go to the inside of him as he looks to catch AJ Allmendinger here. Urbane looking to become the first driver to win the not the All-Star race, the Busch Light Clash at 3 different tracks. So far doing it well as he's gonna lap Alex Bowman here. And he's gonna look to catch Kyle Busch. How about this? The Kyle and Kyle show for 10th and 11th place there. Kyle Larson going for 9th, but he goes back to the low side on Daniel Suarez there. Both those cars will be lapped here, as now the 20 looks to reel in Daniel Hemrick up there after he clears the 99.
Car right. Clear all around.
Josh Berry ahead of the 31. And Josh Berry in the 20 had some beef in practice the other night. Josh Berry found himself off the bumper of the 20, spun out in the middle of turn 3 after a not-so-smart move. And ahead of Josh Berry is Urbane's other team, Urbane teammate slash driver, Ty Gibbs. How about Ty Gibbs? Got his first career win last season at Phoenix during the West Coast swing. His boss, Urbane, crashed out of that race, and that opened up the opportunity for him. He ended up getting his first career win, and he won 2 more races after that. And he finds himself in the Busch Light Clash.
Clear, clear.
Yeah. Austin Dillon going to go a lap down as Chase Elliott looks to be the next victim. Ross Chastain made his way to 2nd place. Ryan Blaney back to 3rd. Crossover move on Chase Elliott.
Car right.
And we are just over 20 laps into the Busch Light Clash, and we're going to go Nascar side by side. This time by, I think we're 10 laps to halfway.
Got one right. Still there. Clear all around. Stay left. Clear, clear, clear. Car right. Still there. All clear.
We got him a little bit. Doesn't appear to have any effect though. Things about to look a little different Thursday night, man. We're gonna be drafting off one another. Coming to 37 to go, this time actually right now at the line, as we welcome you back to the Busch Light Clash from Homestead-Miami Speedway. Irving continues to lead. As you see, he finally got around Blaney and Chastain there. Little contact with Chastain you saw during the side-by-side coverage. And for this race, Sky Rizzy, which is a medication by AbbVie Pharmaceuticals, is the sponsor for the 20, not IRL. They're not associated with this video at all. But they're on board the number 20 this week, and their catchphrase is "nothing is everything." Well, that 20 passed those cars, lapped those cars like nothing was everything. It was pretty much like nothing the way he lapped those cars. And he's caught up to Ware, or not Ware, he's caught up to Justin Haley again. BJ McLeod was up front at the beginning of the race. He has since fallen all the way back to 22nd place. Chris Buescher appears to have fallen back as well. As we are halfway through this race, next time by contact with Justin Haley.
Got one right.
Oh, the 20's not happy. He has spun out Haley, and for the first time tonight, we see the caution flag. He is not afraid to retaliate, and since he might have spun out there, but we are back to green here. Anyways, what we were saying is the 20 of Irvine not afraid to retaliate at all. As Justin Haley has made his way to third place for some reason. Well, we're about 8, or not 8 laps, let's see, 33. This will be 6 laps past halfway this time by. So, if we should have to end early if the rain comes back, this race is official. As we'll be at 27 laps to go next time by. but it looks like the Weather Channel says it is clear, so we will be able to get this race in and give you these last 27 laps this time by. Even if it was the Daytona 500, we still would be able to get it in for you. That's why we say right now it's not looking too great for the dual races and season opener. But if we have to, we can find a time frame to get the races to hopefully at least halfway, so that that way they are official. And then we can just move on to the West Coast swing the next week. Urbane's crew chief has been silent most of the race because he hasn't had a reason to tell him anything except for when he went around Ross Chastain there. 20 was the fastest in practice, and right now you're seeing why. He's pretty fast out there. He's always good at this track when we come here. Looking to win his 4th Busch Light Clash, which would be his 3rd in a row, and looking to become the first driver to win the Clash at 3 different tracks. He will have a win at Daytona, a win at Gateway, as it was there the past 2 seasons, and a win here if he hangs on for these last few laps. Running the middle lane there, around the track on the high side, going to the low side, and going back up to the top lane, looks like. So far, we've only had 1 caution, and that was when the 20 spun out the 51 there of Justin Haley. We mentioned that 20's not afraid to retaliate, and he always does it in a respectable way. He never turns them straight into the walls. He always finds a place to turn them to where they'll just spin out. So, like, for an example, in a turn, because they could end up in the grass instead of into the wall. Now, you gotta be careful about retaliating, because you could actually turn them into the wall if you're not careful, and you don't want a 1 race suspension or docked points for that, so you gotta be careful. And how about the very first crank it up of the season? We found the time frame to get the race in, and with 17 laps to go, we'll go side by side, one final time. The 20 in command of the Busch Lake Clash here on Fox Tube TV.
One left. All clear. Stay right. Stay right. All clear. Got one right. All clear. Car right. Clear, clear. Middle of 3. Stay right. Clear, clear. Got one left. Low. All right, hold your line. All clear. Got one left. Clear, clear. Car right. All clear. Car right. Clear, clear. Got one right. Watch the lights. Pit road is closed. Caution.
You saw it during the side-by-side. The 20 got into the 11, and the second caution came out. And we restart with 4 to go here in the Busch Lake Clash.
Got one right. Clear, clear, clear.
Hey, man, tell the 11 I didn't mean to do that. I just got into his quarter panel, and there was nothing I could do. I got loose up the track. Let's lock in and finish trying to win this race.
More to go.
3 to go here in the Busch Lake Clash. The 20 has proven that even though there was 2 restarts in this race, it's not a problem. We restarted last on lap 39 after a caution when the 20 retaliated against the 51. And then the 20 got loose and ended up putting his own driver in the wall there, bringing out the second caution, more than likely the last caution of this race.
Just a couple more here.
Just a reminder, if the leader makes it back around to the white flag under green, the next flag ends the race. But if we get a caution prior to that, we go to NASCAR overtime. It's not any different in the Busch Light Clash. And that will be unlimited overtime attempts until a winner is declared. Which it looks like he's going to make it. Off turn 4 he comes. White flag, 1 lap to go, presented by Urbane Woodworking. It's been a few months since you last heard that, but you finally hear it again. Here in the Busch Light Clash, we promise you we get it in, despite Mother Nature playing mind games. And the 20, gonna win his fourth Busch Light Clash of his career as he heads down the backstretch for the final time and into turn 3. And he is the first driver to win the Busch Light Clash at 3 different tracks. Off turn 4 comes the 20 for the final time. He wins the Clash in Homestead-Miami Speedway. Yes, sir. We'll have to get down there to Daytona, or get up there to Daytona and do the same thing again. Try to win our 5th 500 in a row. I want to get locked in those playoffs and try to win my 5th championship in a row. There's a reason why I'm a 4-time Cup Series champion. Let's take you to victory lane, and then we will get the burnout going on for you. Well, we can tell you, and can confirm, that weather was not a problem. I mean, we thought that this race was probably gonna be delayed, you know, until tomorrow, until Monday, because it looked like it was supposed to rain all day tonight. And it stopped around 8 p.m. They got the track dry at 9, and we were able to get the race in, and it took 40 minutes to do so. And the 20 of Urbane picks up his 4th career Clash win, and his 3rd Clash win, and is the first driver to win the Clash at 3 different tracks as we get the cool down lap for you now. Man, I can't wait to do this again next year, man. This was, yeah, maybe. This was fun. I hope it definitely comes back to Homestead-Miami next season. Shout out to Sky Rizzy, you know, for being on board the car. Shout out to my crew. You guys are awesome. And like I said, we're going to focus on trying to win our 5th 500 in a row, and maybe in Las Vegas later, at the 2nd Las Vegas race this season, maybe we'll be crowned a 5th time champion. We're chasing Jimmy Johnson's goals here on this team. We'll tie him with the most championships straight, which is 5. But I'm looking to become the first driver to win 7 in a row and become the 4th driver to win 7 championships, and then maybe I'll get that GOAT status on my name. Well, you hear the 20 talking to his crew. It's time for a burnout, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Going the wrong way there.
He parks the car on the start-finish line. And that's going to do it, folks. We get the Busch Light Clash in 2 hours after it's supposed to start, and the 20 crew picks up their Urban picks up his 4th Clash win of the season, his 3rd straight, and becomes the first driver to win the Clash at 3 different tracks: Daytona, Gateway, and Homestead-Miami. And with that, we will hopefully see you Thursday night for the dual races. We'll start our coverage, and then we'll let you know if we're going to race dual races that night, or we might have to move them. Until then, so long. We'll see you on Thursday night in Daytona, folks.